Welcome to Voices of iDAC, where we speak to architects, designers, and industry leaders about how design can make spaces better for people and for planet. In tropical climate like ours, architecture must respond not just to aesthetics but to climate, comfort, and everyday experiences of the people. Joining me today is Mr. Damith Premathilake, founder of DPA Studio. Welcome, sir, to Voices of iDAC. Tell me, in tropical climates, what's that one simple design move that can instantly improve the comfort in a building?
Yeah, the main thing is the orientation of the building. So if you orient the building in a proper way to avoid harsh sun and get the cross ventilation, that's the main thing that we can do in tropical climate to get the to enjoy the tropical weather and the climate.
Yes, so orientation of the building is the key to any structure. Perfect. Okay. Tell me, do you think modern architecture sometimes ignores the lessons that traditional buildings have already solved?
Up to certain extent, yes, because the modern buildings sometimes forget these basic principles that our the forefathers, the ancient people has done, especially the orientation of the building. And for example, the previously in our traditional buildings, we use clay clay walls, thick clay walls, to get the proper insulation in the building, and we use central courtyards to control the light and ventilation, and the shadings to protect from the sun and the harsh sun. And sometimes with when the modern architects to create the iconic bold buildings, they sometimes forget these basic principles our traditional people did.
Correct. Absolutely. Very well put, sir. Tell me, how can sustainability move beyond certifications and actually improve how people experience a space?
Yes, absolutely, because sometimes the best thing is the experience of space, and especially in the tropical climate. For example, nowadays we use artificial lighting, artificial ventilation, air conditioning, and sometimes we don't feel the difference, the climate. But if we use the passive cooling strategies, we can easily the balance the ventilation and lighting. And the modern day, we always prefer to use the artificial and the passive cooling strategies, but definitely we can enjoy and we can incorporate passive strategies.
Yeah. Can you, just for our audience, can you please tell us how they can understand passive cooling techniques? Like what can define it for them? How can you simplify that term for them?
Yeah, absolutely. Because as I explained previously, we can orient the building in a proper way to get the cross ventilation, and we can use natural materials to get insulation like clay walls, exactly, and the courtyards to balance the light and ventilation. Those are very basics and principles. If we can go to the basics again,
I think we'll be able to manage it much better. Yes, absolutely. Tell me, what's that one design decision that can dramatically improve natural light or ventilation in homes?
one dramatic example is having a courtyard. Our traditional homes, especially in Sri Lanka and India, we had a central courtyard. From central courtyard, we balance everything, the light, ventilation, and sometimes I have seen in Indian, the Asian movies, they use the central courtyard as the gathering space to enjoy the evenings with their families and all. In Sri Lankan context as well, we use the central courtyard to get the light and ventilation at the same time as a gathering place, sometimes as a kitchen yard.
Yeah.
So that's the way they balance the light and ventilation in
It's a very key feature
exactly,
also.
especially in a tropical climates like in Sri Lanka and India. The courtyards
So I
act
think we
as a
should
very
bring
bold.
that back into our architecture
Exactly, yes.
more, I think more than ever now.
Yes, yes.
Okay, perfect. So now a quick rapid fire question for you. Tell me one climate smart design strategy you always trust.
Climate's one smart design strategy, the passive cooling.
Okay, perfect. And one modern design trend that may not age well.
Modern design strategy that may mm, maybe
Any modern material that comes to your mind that you think that, maybe we should use a little less of it.
modern material, maybe the smart sensors.
Okay, perfect.
So we can save a lot of energy with the smart sensors.
Yes, I think that makes complete sense. Thank you so much for joining us at Voices of iDAC. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Great spaces are not just about designs or materials. They are more about thoughtful decisions, responsibilities, and choices. Thank you for joining us at Voices of iDAC.